Welcome back. My name's Kevin Pearson and this is Recreate Boatworks. This is a YouTube channel that's following my journey to follow a dream of rebuilding a boat, and hopefully many more after this. So we're back on the 1985 Lando project, and we're at a point where we just got our parts in to rebuild the carburetors off this 50 horsepower Johnson, and I'm going to show you me kind of fumbling through this. I've never done it before, but done a lot of research, and hopefully you'll find this interesting, and yeah, so come along. Alright, so we're in the middle of cooking some chocolate chip cookies for the kids, so I kind of need to make sure that I don't have nastiness all over my hands, and probably have to stop the video here, but that's life of a dad of young kids. So what's that, buddy? What do you need to help? What do you need help with? Okay, and here we go. All right, so we're back, and basically that first step that I did was to pull the linkage off of the carburetors, the linkage that kind of controls the throttle there, so that they're disconnected from each other, because I'm only going to pull off one at a time. Another thing that I forgot to mention that is probably a wise idea to do is to put something kind of down below here, so that if you have any screws or nuts or bolts or whatever fall down, you catch it with this towel, and then that way you're not trying to fish out hardware from down way deep inside the engine cowling. So right now I'm trying to remove the fuel line off this carburetor, which appears to be pretty well stuck on there. So let's see if we can convince it otherwise. Here it is. Essentially, this is one of two carburetors. It's the top carburetor, which, as I understand, even though they may look the same, the bottom and the top ones are not the same. So it's important, if you do undertake this project, to not make the mistake of thinking that they are the same, and making sure that you keep them in the correct order. So next step is to start breaking this thing down and cleaning it. So we'll get started on that. Alright, so this is the first time I've done this. I mean, I've worked on some carburetors on a lawnmower before, but never on an outboard. Now I have already done this. I've already pulled this plug, but the bowl plug, and I think I've drained all the gas out. But I'll show you on the other one. The gas was really nasty in here, and so basically, with your carburetor, you have air that comes in, and fuel that gets mixed and then sent out into the engine. Your gas comes in through this tube, goes into the bowl. There's a float in the bowl, which then, when the bowl gets full, it plugs. It doesn't allow any more gas to come in. When it needs more gas, the float drops and allows gas to come in, and then goes through the tube and gets pulled into the chamber, where it's mixed with air and then sent out the other side through this throttle flap to go into the engine. So yeah, that's kind of the basics. So we're going to pull off the bowl now. see in there, there's a lot of the residue left from just gas that's been sitting in the bowl. It's kind of brown and nasty, and that's what clogs up all the little orifices in the carburetor. If this bowl is not clean, it's what really causes a large amount of the problems in carburetors. And then behind that plug is another little screw that is really the main culprit for getting clogged. This is completely clogged. Huh. So this little screw goes down inside that hole, and if this gets blocked, no fuel at all gets to the engine, and that's why the carburetor wasn't working. So now we know. Now we know. As mentioned, here's the float. Gasket's actually in really good shape. Now we're going to change it anyways, and the float looks practically brand new. But we got really cheap parts and cheap kit, so we don't need to really worry about that. So pulling this pin, which is like the hinge point for the float. So I believe that is everything. So the last piece I got was on the inlet. I'm not sure what that is, but it looked like it needed to come out, so it came out. This is the kit. I got it off of Amazon. It was really not that expensive, and it came really quick, and it's supposed to come with everything that you need to rebuild this specific carburetor. Now the thing is, I see extra parts, so we shall see how that goes, because yeah, that could get a little interesting. So there was one more, I guess, screw or whatever that needed to come out to go back into the rebuild, and that's that. Basically all I'm trying to do is spray the carburetor cleaner on the parts that need to be cleaned up. That was a close call. Spraying some of the carb cleaner in a really tiny hole, and it shot back and hit me in the face, almost got my eye, which would not have been a good situation, but oh well, I guess I'm okay. I don't think I'm really showing you guys anything that is something that's going to be really of total interest to you, because I'm not really an expert in this. So maybe the fact that I'm doing this is an inspiration to you or something, I don't know. But I can tell you right now that I am really not the expert, and so I think it'd be best, and you know what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description of the video to where you can see kind of the guy that I looked at, or that a couple of the people that I was watching, a couple channels. One I think is a great channel called Danger Marine. He's out of Australia. The guy is he's a legend. He's super helpful. He is
does a lot of different things, works on old engines, so it's not just all new stuff, and really great detail-oriented videos. So why don't you go check him out, and I'm just gonna finish putting this thing back together like the hack that I am. All right, later guys. All right, welcome back y'all. It's been a few days and I've been slowly working on a few things. You know, we've had the 4th of July holiday, and I didn't really get to do as much as I had wanted to do, but I basically rebuilt both the carburetors, and since, as I mentioned probably on my the last clips you saw, I'm really not an expert in it. I felt like an idiot trying to explain it, so I am still going to link some videos that I used in order to be able to share with you what I've learned. So and was able to do the carburetor rebuilds. Alright, so that's where we're going to leave this video today. As you can see, we were able to get the motor running, and really running pretty good. So really excited about that. It sounds great. It does have a few things that still need to be tweaked. Happened to break a little fuel manifold that I was able to rig so we could actually run it. Still need to replace the starter solenoid, and I think I'm going to need to drop the lower unit to clean out some things. As you saw at the end there while I was running, there was some chunks of dirt coming out of the exhaust, so need to get into that and see what's happening there. But all in all, really successful on the rebuild of the carbs, and it's running nice. So really can't wait to get this thing out on the lake. So, and I'm thankful that you guys are following along. So please, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit like, comment, share, do all of those great things, and we'll see you next week.